Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you tonight for a album review. I'm sorry that I didn't do this album review sooner. I actually had to run errands again, so I've had another busy day, I guess you could say. But I know this video probably will be out a little past midnight. So this is actually for a new album review for Pop Evil's long awaited studio album Skeletons that I've been anticipating to see how this album would turn out. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for all 11 songs for Pop Evil's new album Skeletons and let you know my thoughts on it. So let's dive into this album review. Now basically with what I listened to with this album, I was pretty impressed with how it turned out. Arrival is the opening track, and it's just an intro track to go into the next song, which is Paranoid Crash and Burn, which I'll get to that song in a moment. So the Arrival track just leads into the next song. So I'd give that a 5 out of 5. Even though it's an intro track and kind of a short track, it doesn't really, it just builds suspense to the next song, I guess you could say. So then comes Paranoid Crash and Burn, and I really love this song. I like how the lead singer is singing the track, which you'll have to remind me in the comment section below what his name is. I actually looked it up a little bit ago, but I have a short-term memory loss kind of thing. So my memory's a little fuzzy some of the time. So basically with what I listened to with this track, I really enjoyed it. The lead singer's vocals sound really good in it, and just the electronic work along with the guitars and drum work sound really good in my opinion. So 5 out of 5. Circles is another great track in my opinion. Like I said, I think his name's Lee or something like that, or something like Lay or whatever it is. I'm not 100% sure if I'm saying it right, but let me know in the comment section below. But pretty much Circles is an amazing track too. Pretty heavy stuff too. So was Paranoid Crash and Burn. Even the electronic work did pretty well, and the drum work and guitar work sounded really good. And the mixing of the track for this song, Circles and Paranoid, were really good. So 5 out of 5 for both these tracks. Eye of the Storm is another great song in my opinion. I was surprised it was a little lengthier than I thought. I thought it'd be a little shorter, but it still got the job done with how it sounded. So 5 out of 5 for this one. Sound of Glory is my least favorite, in my opinion. It's just, this is a little on the safe side with me. And there's some moments in the track where I'm not connecting with the melody too much. It's like, it's kind of cheery, in my opinion. I know it's meant to be a get you pumped up kind of song, but it doesn't really do much for me, in my opinion. So 4.5 out of 5. I think it's a good track. I just don't think it's the best track. Then we get to Skeletons, and that's a solid track too. Not my favorite song, but it's a solid title track for this album. So 4.5 out of 5. Then comes Worth It, and that kind of brings the album back on track with how it's sounding overall. So really enjoying Worth It. Sounds really good even for the 3 minute and 48-second runtime. Really enjoyed this track, so 5 out of 5. Who Will We Become? Pretty good stuff in my opinion. So really enjoyed this track. The production and the mixing in it, and the screams and the just the yelling from Lay, I think is what his name is, if I remember correctly. I'll have to look it up on Wikipedia, or you can let me know in the comment section below. Basically, this song rocked for sure. I like his vocals. It sounded really good and connected well with the song itself, and flowed very naturally with his vocals and the song melody and all that. So really digging this track. 5 out of 5. Wrong Direction's pretty catchy. Even the backing vocalist sounds pretty good, even with his screams. Um, really digging this track. I'm really feeling for this song. So, and then it cuts out at 3 minutes and 41 seconds and goes into like a little snippet to the next song, I guess you could say, or kind of drags it out an extra 30 seconds. It has some static noise, but it works well. So 5 out of 5. Then comes Dead Reckoning featuring Ryan Kirby of Fit for a King, which I did review this track 2 months ago. Definitely go check out my track review for it. I think I did a pretty good job on it. Still, Dead Reckoning was really amazing. Really like this song, so 5 out of 5 still. And finally, Raging Bull is the last song. And in my opinion, it's solid, but it's nothing I'm going to say that is mind blowing in my opinion. But it's a solid track to end the album, so 4.5 out of 5. Overall, in my personal opinion, I think Pop Evil Skeletons is a pretty good album. I was a little unsure about the 3 songs I mentioned, which were Sound of Glory, Skeletons, and Raging Bull. I think they're solid tracks. They're just not the best songs in my opinion. They're just something tracks, I guess you could say, to get through the album. But overall, if I were to give this album a score by Pop Evil Skeletons, I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10. It's a pretty good album. Pretty good in my opinion. Just some weak songs and some songs that I really personally like. I was really connecting with this album and really enjoying it. So 8.5 out of 10 for Pop Evil Skeletons. Thanks for watching.